Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Last time we reported the results of our findings and found out that the ghost is likely at Genis Royal Academy. And because of that, we have Dorothy tagging along. Why am I grumbling about that? You will see in this part. So, about now is the point on my first playthrough that this game on hard mode became sheer hell. And I was thinking, oh, you know, maybe it was just me being a noob, and maybe it's not nearly as bad as I remember. I then played a little bit more, and I realized, nope, this part of the game is exactly as bad as I remember it being. So first thing we're going to do here is talk to Santos, and accept the quest for taking a photo of the top of Sapphire Tower. There's a reason why I've put this off until now. Yes, let's get down to business and take a photo. Something, huh? That's kind of vague. Okay, the roof of the tower. I've got a pretty good idea of what that could be, but let's let him explain it. Yeah, have you even been there, Agate? No, that's more Niall and Dorothy's job. So yeah, if you remember this guy, he was actually from the History Museum. We talked to him a few times between tournament rounds. Go up the tower, take photo of something? True, what exactly is that? Ah, those things. If you remember from back when we first met Professor Albert, you know, aka Weissman, he was investigating those things, which means they're obviously nothing good. Anything he wants to activate cannot be a good thing. Oh no. I was afraid you'd say that! Remember back when that device in the ruins was activated, it said the device towers had been activated? I have a feeling I know what the device towers are. The real question is, what exactly did they do? Okay, hopefully it's not spewing out anything dangerous. Hopefully it doesn't summon any giant robots. Yeah, that's why we need to monitor them. And because of that, glad we've got an almost full party here. Olivier's certainly gonna help. Don't worry, I will talk about how he works as a party member soon. And so we get an orbital camera. The hand icon shows it's actually a usable event item. And Dorothy knows all about it. She definitely knows her cameras, despite her, you know, general, overall mood. So yeah, you can accept this before Dorothy joins you, and she won't have that dialogue if you do, so this is one of my first times actually seeing this. I generally like to accept this right after I arrive in Ruin, but for the sake of productivity, I'd rather get this dialogue now when we'll actually be doing the quest. Climb tower, take photo. That's basically it. Or is it? Don't worry, there's not going to be a boss fight or anything, but while we're there, we may as well take care of the chests. So, Sapphire Tower is actually an optional area in this game overall. You never need to go there if you're only concerned about the main story, but if you want to do all the side quests and get all the chests, you need to. Also, this line here, this line is a complete and utter lie. There's a reason we put off this quest until now. So, yeah. He makes it seem like you don't need to do anything fancy, but actually, if you do this quest while Dorothy is with you, you get bonus BP. Because despite her ditziness, she is a very talented photographer, and she knows exactly how to take a good shot. It kind of makes sense, but I wish the NPC didn't phrase it that way. By doing so, it almost feels like he's telling you, no need to get a professional to do this. When, in fact, you actually do need to get a professional to do it if you want all the BP. But anyway, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and open some slots on Olivier. Because that means more EP for him. I have enough to open the first 3 slots. And let's also get some quartz. Now, in this game, I can afford to, back in FC, I really just wanted to get one of every quartz, but in this one, I'm going to need to be much smarter about which quartz I make. I'm going to want to take this because having extra time elements is really nice. May as well grab myself another one of these. And, I suppose more cast is always good too. May as well grab another defense one. Okay, that should be fine for the time being. Unfortunately, now I have to go back and pay for the inn because, I mean, technically you could backtrack, well, not backtrack since we haven't actually been there yet in this game, but go all the way back to the gate at Crone Pass and use the free heal point there. That's the only free heal point that we have access to right now, so for the sake of convenience, I'm going to pay for that heal. So, Olivier. Olivier's pretty much the same as he was in FC. He is primarily an art user, and his orbment is one straight line. His central slot is restricted to Mirage Quartz, but that's the only restricted slot that he has. So EP2 is pretty much the best that I've got there. Oh, he comes with Defense 1, I didn't even need to make one, but oh well. Let's see. Range 1's actually not that great this early in the game. Most of our AoEs are either so small that they'll miss most things even with range 1, or so big they'll hit everything even with range 1. Okay, we definitely want action 1 and cast 1. Can actually swap out defense 1 for defense 2. Having Earthguard is extremely important right now, and I really wish it wasn't, but unfortunately it is. And I'll put blind on. And if I put on EP Cut 1, I actually get Clock Down. Now, I was planning on talking about Clock Down later because I usually get this towards the end of the chapter, not now. Clock Down is an AoE art that reduces the enemy's speed by 50%. On the higher difficulties especially, but even on normal mode, this is extremely useful. You will need this in almost every major boss fight, because very few things are immune to this, and it's just so helpful overall. So, I might as well keep that on for the time being. The thing is, where we're going, we're going to be seeing a lot of enemies that are weak to fire. So, I suppose I can... It's going to lower his ATS by a little bit, but... And all that actually gives me is Firebolt. I think I'll keep him with that set up for now. So, to continue explaining Olivier, in this game, his overall, offensive output is not as good as it was in the first game, or rather, it's the same as it was in the first game. Chloe's just got a lot better, so it's not really a spoiler to say that Chloe's going to be a party member. And in this game, you're given a ton of female-exclusive armor. I'm going to go ahead and buy a few feather brooches here, because one of the side quest monsters will be fighting... uses feints, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and distribute some of those now, but while I talk about how Olivier works. Might as well put that on now. And you've already got immunity to that. I didn't need to buy the third one, but may as well, because we'll be having more party members later. So yeah, I guess I can continue to talk on the way. So, this game gives you a lot of female exclusive armor that gives enormous bonuses to ATS. And because of that, Chloe definitely hits the hardest of all the game's casters. Olivier's asset is more his speed, which I find is a little bit higher than most of the other casters, especially with some of the higher tier cast quartz. They let him spam arts very quickly, so what he loses out in terms of raw damage, he vastly makes up for in just being able to bombard the enemy with a lot of arts. Plus, he's also great at casting support arts too, so Olivier is still amazing. Kevin does outshine him a tiny bit, I find, but Olivier is more available than Kevin is for the most part, so we'll be seeing a lot of him. Okay, so that thing right there, that's a wanted monster. I am going to ignore it right now. I tried to fight that before going into the tower in a previous attempt at recording this, and I failed incredibly miserably. So I'm going to build up some CP in here first. Not that this is going to be a complete picnic, because we have to escort. So yeah, before I rant about that, I'll just say that just like in the last game, the first chest in this place, of which there are 11, is outside the tower itself. Empty as your bottom is... too much information there. I also like how the flower texture is actually inside the chest a bit, so it seems like the chest has been there so long that flowers are growing. Anyway, let's head on inside. Sapphire's Tower. So, in here, there are actually 2 food items that we need to find for the Come Ingredient Hunters quest. And you don't drop any of them. Protect all NPCs. If an NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. I'll talk about the ingredients as we see them. But for now, I'll just go into my rant on why this game was obviously not balanced with hard mode in mind. One simple reason. NPC's stats do not scale to hard mode at all, and they really should have. Because of that, you know how this game's damage formulas work? A tiny difference between strength versus defense equals an enormous difference in damage? Well, yeah. Basically, on hard mode, NPCs get 2 to 1-shotted by pretty much everything. So, Earthguard is basically a necessity when dealing with them. Okay, both of the ingredients that I need in one fight. So I need a juicy bone from the seahorse demon and a savory pinion from the helmet crab. Now, just like the previous game, helmet crabs reflect all physical attacks. So, yeah, Agate's gonna have a pretty bad time. Or Agate, that's actually how you're supposed to say it according to voice acting in later games, but anyway. Gonna go ahead and use that there. And Olivier... You know what, I wonder if I should swap the luck quartz over to you and put blind on Estelle. I might do that after the fight, because Estelle's more likely to get the blind effect actually off, because she'll be attacking physically. I guess I can go for Stone Impact. Hopefully, not Earth Walling you will not be the end of the world. Okay, that thing's dead. And the Palms are actually surprisingly dangerous, because they can cast Diamond Dust, which inflicts freeze. That can inflict sleep, but it's not guaranteed. Thankfully. Also, Estelle's currently immune to that. Okay, we got the chest drop. Let's see if we got the right ingredient. Juicy bone, and we did not get the savory... we did not get the... Oh, it's not savory opinion. It's curative horn, I believe it's called. But yeah, it comes from the helmet crab. So anyway, I want to take this path first, because going up here, we arrive once more in... Going up here, we can head up one more floor, and here we arrive once more in... Yeah, Sapphire's Tower is a little confusing, but I like to take these stairs as they come. So first up, these stairs, which leads to the 5th floor. All there is here is a chest. And in here we get the Genus Blouse. As you approach, the chest bursts open on its own. Unfortunately, there's nothing inside. So the Genus Blouse is female exclusive, and it gives a very nice increase to speed. Oh, actually, while we're here, Hard loafers, women only, also very nice increase to speed. So one actually really nice thing about SC is it gives a lot of speed boosting equipment. And I feel like they did this deliberately because okay, here's my theory as to why they did this. I feel like they wanted to give you a real incentive for opening treasure chests. I feel like they thought that the chest items from the first game were not nearly good enough to justify going out of your way for them. They may have overcompensated in SC because the items that you get out of treasure chests are incredibly ridiculous. As you can see with like the massive speed boost that you get out of some of them. Like, they are just downright absurd in how good they are. Okay, you're 180% weak to that. I'm gonna go ahead and... Did you just barely hit the edge of that AoE? Please tell me you didn't do that. Oh boy, that could be bad. Especially with the crit turn. I'm going to S-break with Agate here just because he can very easily recover his own CP with Wild Rage. I definitely don't want to lose Estelle's CP though. And here we have one more chest. Shrimplets. Inside the empty chest is carved, Olivier is handsome. You briefly wonder if he put it there himself. Either he did it super quickly right now, or he came to Safel Tower on his own earlier. I like to think that he came here on his own earlier. Okay, so with that, we can actually head in here. Oh, great. That is monsters. I know for a fact that's monsters. So this could actually be bad because, let me just do battle position. Olivier goes back. We don't want to be too bunched up here because of the Poms and their AoEs. I'm going to go ahead and save. Because this monster chest is, that's a lot of seahorses converging on my position, but I'm not too worried about them right now. I'm more worried about this. 3 of these Mint Poms and 3 Robber Trappers, all of which can cast, it's only Aqua Bleed, but 2 Aqua Bleeds kills, yeah, my NPC. Do I Earthguard with... I forgot to put on... Dang it, I probably should have put on, Blind on Estelle, but oh well. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Everything here is casting, and I absolutely have to Earthwall you, because I didn't even think Earthwall was going to help, actually. And you don't even have enough CP for your cancelling attack. You know what? I'm going to be a coward and just wimp out of this. Of course that would happen.
Here for a rematch.
Oh, yeah, sure. Walk right into the AoE of that, Dorothy. Real smart. Well, at least I instant death one of them. Okay, I have to hard break that. Because, again, Dorothy decided to be stupid. Okay, we're down to just 2 of you. And neither of you are going for Dorothy. Like, it really all boils down to who decides to attack Dorothy. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now we should be hopefully just a tiny bit safer. I'm going to go ahead and just set up some Earth Guards. And you're just going to... Yeah, I kind of want to heal you so you can just Wild Rage spam. I really do not want to lose this. Okay. She's not being targeted. That's incredibly lucky. I'm going to go ahead and try and Shadow Spear one of them, I guess. Okay, can I get a second? Yes, I can get a second Earth Guard in. Okay, moment of truth. Is this Wild Rage going to kill me? Okay, did not kill me. Oh, yeah. Just missed the crit turn. Dorothy still has an Earth Guard, right? Well, yeah, she does, and she's not getting targeted. Okay, gonna save Agate here. I guess I don't even need to cancel them. I guess I can just go for a Shadow Spear here. Not quite down yet. This should take out one of them. There we go. And this isn't even the fight that I'm worried about. And of course you have nothing, but I guess I can try and Comet. Well, at least their defenses are pretty bad. Okay, there we go.
Enjoy the show.
I'm gonna go back to town and heal after that, and I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy some more Azalea Kiss. Sapphire Talisman. What happens when you clear out every chest in the world? What will other adventurers do then? I love that one. Do I dare? I'm gonna risk it at this point, and I'm just gonna go ahead and have you heal a bit. Because we'll have to return to town to turn in the photo anyway. And there aren't really that many, although Olivier is kind of tapped in terms of EP. Let's fix that. So I still need to get the ingredient from the Helmet Crab. Oh great, Dorothy got hit with that. Thankfully Dorothy heals after every fight. I don't even think I got the item out of that either. But here we get EP Charge. You imagine this chest as it once was, brimming with treasure and full of delight. You can hardly bear to look at it now. And this one, Purging Balm. You begin to suspect that this treasure chest is a portal to the Meat Dimension. Yes, the localizers of this game were Persona 4 fans, and that's amazing. Okay, so with that, we can head up here for, thankfully, no enemies. Perilous Meatballs, a new attack food recipe. The chest is empty. You vaguely remember digging through it and pillaging everything it had. You can't remember when. Yeah, I'm going to probably, heal you because I could run into some serious trouble if I don't. And now, finally, this one, which again leads down, all the way back down to the second floor. Tear Balm. This treasure chest is on strike until further notice, and that enemy is too, so let's quickly get out of its way before it returns to work. Okay, so that's everything on that path cleared out. So let's head back down here and take the other path on this split. Yeah, once you take on that path first, Sapphire Tower is really not that bad. Because yeah, from here we don't really have much else to go, anywhere else to go. Then up here, that I believe should take us to, okay, seahorse in there. Doesn't look like there are any chests. Okay, 2 ways to head up to the next floor. And this way leads to Ebony Staff. You obtain the Sword of the Ancient God Kings. Just kidding, it's empty. Actually, as you can see here, worse than a laundry pole dropped by pandas. That's a weird sentence, but it's true. So, yeah, that's actually not a great reward, but I at least needed to get the chest in the log. Also, something interesting here. You can fish in this pond. I'm not going to just yet, but it's an option. Oh, okay, those are amazing. Well, it's been swell. See you again on New Game Plus. I love that one as well. Clog boots, yes. Okay, so, the clog boots. They drop your movement to pretty much nothing, and they also lower your evasion. But, ATS plus 30. These things are amazing on Olivier, because Olivier doesn't care about moving anyway. He has a gun, and he uses art for most of his attacks. He does not need to move. So, the drawback's pretty much, like, nothing to him. And the benefits are enormous. I've been looking forward to getting that chest. It's just, the clog boots are so good. So yeah, even if you're not going for a 100% run, I highly recommend you get that at the very least, because, again, it's just that good. Oh boy, I have to use an EP charge from Estelle in order for her to not hurt herself here. Okay, we definitely have the right ingredient now. And that's gonna lead to the roof, so let's take that other path first. So yeah, let's take this other path first. And through here we get Pearl Earring. Inside the chest is the key to its heart. Guess the Phantom Thieves would like that. Forget what the Pearl Earring even does. Oh, prevent seal. I guess you could probably take that, but he's gonna lower your defense, but that's probably alright. Okay, so with that, we should have got all the treasure chests in this place. So let's head to the roof to take the photo. So yeah, as I've said, make sure you have Dorothy in your party when you do this, or you will miss out on bonus BP. That's why I put off doing this quest until now. Yep, that thing is well and truly lit up. Doesn't seem to be doing anything yet, but that only makes me even more worried. Fortunately, Professor Alba is not here. They're not freaked out by much. I think Mule is one of the only things that can legitimately freak out Olivier. So, if you have Dorothy with you, you have the option to let her take the photo. Yeah, so don't choose do it yourself here. Hopefully this is worth escorting you all the way up here for. And oh boy, this isn't even the worst of fights we'll be escorting Dorothy through. I'm really not looking forward to the fight we have to do after this. Again, to be fair, it was the kind of device that Professor Alba was trying to activate, so it probably is something scary. She is very good at what she does. And you still end up using the guy's camera. So yeah, you actually do get the option to head back right now. If you missed anything, you can just choose to go exploring more. But I think I've already got all the chests. And yeah, we actually go all the way back to Ruin, so no need to run through the Orient Causeway. So, time to turn in the photo, and then the real pain begins. I think I'm going to go ahead and just fight a few random monsters and build up my CP, because this fight is going to be... it's going to be something, let's just say. And then there's going to be one that's even worse, because I want to try and take on the Crone Trail monster as well. And there's also something for us in the lighthouse on the way there, but the lighthouse shouldn't take too long. And then this one developed right away. I like the very small but subtle bit of world building here, in that Orbital Factories are where you get pictures developed, which makes sense. That's where Dorothy broke that one camera back in the first game. I kind of miss having to go to places to get photos developed. I mean, you can technically still do that now with digital camera photos. There are places that print them for a fee. And I'm at least glad that you know, that opening the camera doesn't instantly ruin the film. And yeah, Dorothy is really that good. She keeps her job for a reason. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So, despite him telling you he didn't need a professional job, you do get bonus points for this. Maybe they'll show this photo in the museum someday. One job is done, but the worst is still to come. Oh yeah, especially escorting Dorothy up there. Now that we get moon glasses. If I remember right, the moon glasses have a very good description. There are a lot of accessories in this game that combine the effects of multiple others. The moon glasses, I believe, block poison and blind. There weren't a lot of those in the first game. You can still get the crest charm from Shining Palms, but there's a lot more of them in this one. In particular, there's one we'll be getting a bit later that blocks sleep and confuse, that is kind of essential for a certain boss fight. Can live up to the expectations of Dorothy's amazing photo. So with all that, that's one more bracer job done. Sapphire Tower photo completed, and since we're right next to the guild, we may as well get our reward for it now. Plus 2 BP, and we get paid more too. Still only at G+ class. Okay, the question is, are you going to stay in that AoE? I'm not entirely sure. Like, I know that the robber trappers will, but nope, the Pom walked out of it. Okay, well, one of them is going for you. But Agate can impede these things with Dragoon Edge. That's actually a nice crit there. You, yeah, definitely need to Earth Guard. Not sure if that's going to be enough. one Aqua Bleed there, one on you, which gets blocked, one on Estelle. I'm mostly worried about the... Okay, good, you're running. And, okay, one Pom is casting right now. Can I hard break it? I can. And, of course, it's casting again. And, okay. I don't need to Earth Guard her this turn. I feel like we could be in danger here. Or you could sniper shot one of them. I'd probably rather cancel this, honestly. Okay, I don't even, oh great, one of them's going for Dorothy. I don't think I can cancel that in time either. And I could, but I wanted to get rid of that. Yep, half of her health already gone. But at this point, I think we're getting a little closer to actually being safe here. Just provided that those things don't start. Yeah, they could easily just hit her before I have a chance to set up the... Oh, well, they're not going for her. See, yeah, that's... It's pretty much entirely luck based on, like, 'cause if they target her and you don't have enough time to cast Earth Wall, she's dead and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, she's being targeted. Can I get Earth Wall up in time? I can't, but I can sniper shot you. Yeah, battles quickly become an absolute fiasco on hard mode. Okay, the good news is this is the only monster chest in this tower. So, let's see. I kind of want to take out those things as fast as possible, but I also want to get rid of the mint poms, because they are also incredibly dangerous with their diamond dust. Okay, do I cancel with sniper shot, or do I... one of them's going for her... And this is another problem, I can't tell which of them is actually targeting her. All I know is that both of these are casting and when they're going to go in the turn, but I don't know which one is targeting her. So I don't know which one I need to cancel with sniper shot. So in that case, yeah, I may as well cancel neither of them. Okay, that Shining Pom is... That Mint Pom is going to die to Estelle. Can at least cancel that. Oh great, it's a big circle, which means she's getting targeted twice. Okay, yep, she only has effectively one hit point left. Which is the one of you that's... You're the one that's casting next, and I don't think I can cancel. No, I'm out of range to cancel, so we're eating a diamond dust whether we like it or not. At least nobody got frozen there. Oh, she's being targeted. And I can't get Earthguard in time! And I, again, don't know which one is targeting her. Aren't NPC mechanics fantastic in this game? Yeah, so expect for me to... You're gonna hear quite a lot of salt from me. in this run. It was just, it's a frustrating dilemma because I find this game incredibly easy on normal mode. Like, just infuriatingly, effortlessly easy. But on hard, it's just hard for all the wrong reasons. But after we get past the early game hell, things do tend to get a bit easier. And of course, she's being targeted, so I immediately have to hard break that one. I think, yeah, Estelle's foot is barely in that AoE as well. Oh, and she's being targeted again. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get Earthguard in time. Okay, if they're targeting her twice, I've lost. Simple as that. Okay, that's one. Yeah, her foot was barely in range, and she got frozen. Yeah, I think I've lost this again. Is this battle even winnable for me in my current state? And yeah, because of this game's rubber band experience scaling, you can't even grind for an advantage. Like, hard is just oppressively difficult early on. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that this is one of the hardest JRPGs I've ever played. Like, even including Shin Megami Tensei games and the harder Fire Emblem ones.